Hey everybody, it's about 2:41 in the afternoon on this Tuesday, January 8th, 2013. And you look at the question down below, it's called, what is HDMI? Well, yesterday if you watch my channel, and yesterday I posted a video of the first Amazon.com package opening of 2013. And one of the things I received was an HDMI cable from MediaBridge, courtesy of Amazon.com. And of course, MediaBridge is supposed to be one of the best outlets of this kind of stuff. I mean, it's got like 5 stars, from what I understand. And the HDMI cable we got was ordered because we needed one for the DVD player. Now, you might be asking yourself, well, why would you need one when you probably have audio and video there? Well, let me put it to you like this. First of all, our DVD player is an up converter, which is why it has HDMI. It allows us to convert the picture, the sound, and the overall quality into 1080p. And it does just that. I mean, the sound is better, the viewing, the picture is more richer in quality. I mean, it's just more detailed, more enjoyable. And HDMI does that. I mean, heck, with Space Jam, for example, my Space Jam movie, you couldn't see everything unless you were seeing it in theaters. The point is, okay, the point I'm trying to make there is, when Space Jam came on VHS, and then DVD, unless you had a big screen, not an HD, but one of those big screens, that was the only way you could probably see most of everything. And when DVD came out, the only way you could really see everything is if you were to zoom in and then zoom out. Mostly zoom out just to see mostly everything that was originally supposed to be in there. But what HDMI does is it accomplishes all that. Now, it's true, you could zoom out, you could wide the screen, you can use the component section or video section of your HD TV, and you could zoom, and you can use the wide, button on your remote to widen it to widescreen or zoom in, so you can have the whole screen covered. And that's a good idea too. The only problem about that though is you don't get to see everything. And it's true, you don't get to see everything. However, this is where the HDMI comes in, because basically, like I said, not only does it give you better sound quality, better picture, better and richer picture quality, but it also, just like that, gets everything in there on the normal size. It's kind of like when you connect the HDMI cable that comes with your DVR or your digital cable box by a company, by either your cable company or digital satellite company, whether it's DirecTV or Dish Network. It's basically like that. When they give you the HDMI cable and you go to the HD counterparts of, let's say, your local network stations, like your local NBC, CBS, ABC stations, instead of having to zoom in or widen the screen like you would, or at least in this case zoom in with just regular television, when you use the HDMI option, and I'm sure a lot of you know this, it's automatic. It just poof, comes right on, you see it. And you can tell the difference. You can tell the big difference there. Now, not only can you tell the difference, but you could also hear that difference as well. And you see, and when you compare it to the regular stations, and you go to normal on your 1080, on your even with HDMI, you go to your normal section, you're boxed in. You go to the normal, basically the standard versions of your local ABC, NBC networks, and they'll all be boxed in. The only way you can get them full screen is to widen or zoom in, mostly zoom in the picture, and that's it. Here though, you can it's automatic, it's full screen, nothing's missing, whatever. Now, the same can be said for when you connect it to your Blu-ray and your DVD player. Because basically, it takes the picture out of that box set, it takes away the option of zooming and whiting, and basically allows you to see it in high definition quality, full screen. Now a lot of you, I'm pretty sure, appreciate that option to have that pretty much, or appreciate having that option. But there is one thing you have to realize, though. One thing you have to realize. You see, basically, you need to make sure that if you really truly want the widescreen experience through HD 1080p, which are HDMI. Now, first of all, let me explain. You're going to get that widescreen experience no matter what. But unless the film, unless the movie or the show is filmed and released in widescreen format, you're still going to get widescreen, but on occasions you'll probably get some kind of like little black lines at the side of the screen. Now that doesn't mean, first of all, that doesn't mean something's wrong with your screen, no. It basically means that what you're watching is as far as it's going to go in high definition widescreen. It's as far as it's going to go. Basically what it's doing is it's using a method that Derg Entertainment, Derg Leonidas Entertainment, Hasbro, if you will, used back in 1986. See, what they did back in 1986 is they used a method to where they took the Transformers the movie, the 1986 film, and they took it and they cropped it to fit widescreen proportions. That's no lie, folks. A lot of people, read this up, look it up yourself, it was cropped to fit for theatrical widescreen showings. Even though it was animated in 4:3 full screen. That's right. It was animated in 4:3 full screen. They had to crop it and stretch it out. So for anybody that has the Transformers 20th Anniversary DVD, you realize that you got the full screen and the widescreen, and that the widescreen, you're still going to get maybe these black areas. But that's basically what you're seeing there is what they saw in the theaters. Yeah, it's not that noticeable because most of what you got is the movie itself. But it is noticeable. All the time, it is noticeable if you look very closely. If you pay very close attention to it, it is noticeable. It's because it was filmed in full screen, not widescreen. It was animated in full screen, not widescreen. Same with Sonic the Hedgehog Sat AM. You could see it there too. That was animated in full screen, and you can see the little bars here and there showing you it was meant to be full screen, not widescreen. It wasn't animated in widescreen. Same with Digimon the movie. All three movies that connected into that one film, full screen, not widescreen. Which is why, when you go to HDMI, when you use your HDMI cable and you opt to use the 1080p, you're going to get on normal viewing without switching to widescreen or zoom screen or whatever. On normal viewing, you're going to get a nearly full screen worth of the Transformers movie, the Sonic the Hedgehog Sat AM series, Digimon the movie. The only exception is you'll probably have just a little bit of black bars on the side, which indicates to you, which is indicating and telling you it was never meant to be widescreen, that it's true ratio proportion is 4:3, not 16:9. And if you want the truth, check out, anybody that's a fan of, let's say, Scooby-Doo 2, Monsters Unleashed, I have the widescreen version. And there's nothing missing there because it's meant for that. It's meant for things like an HDMI cable and stuff like that. It's meant for that kind of stuff. It's meant for this kind of screen. You see, this is where, if it is annoying, if it becomes troublesome, that you can opt down to the second option, which is the wide portion, which is the wide picture frame. So in other words, if it's normal, then all you have to do, and let's say to the trained eye, you see the black bars. All you have to do is just click your wide button on your remote, scroll down to the next option, to the next picture size, which would be wide, and there you go. The black bars are gone. But if you don't want to do that and just okay with it, because majority, like I said before, majority of it is the picture itself that counts, then you're fine. It's just showing you, the black bars, all they're showing you is that it was never meant to be 16:9. What it's doing is, from what I read online, it's calculating your DVD player and the HDMI basically are calculating and everything, doing some kind of mathematical kind of equation, if you will. I know that sounds strange. To the point that when you watch, let's say Sonic the Hedgehog SatAM in a 1080p, HDMI 1080p, that it's going to stretch out. And in any black bars that you see, there will only be very little, and that's it. And they won't be very noticeable because you'll be watching the show. You won't be noticing that much. And if you do notice them, all you have to do, like I say, is go to the next option, which is on your wide. All you have to do is take your wide button on your remote, click on it, go down to wide, go below normal to wide, and there you go. But it shouldn't really be that much of a problem. Shouldn't really be that much of a problem because you're getting exactly what is advertised through that DVD player, through that Blu-ray player, through the HDMI. You're getting everything advertised. It's converted. It converts everything to high definition, to the 1080p high definition. It gives you exactly what it advertises. I know that sounds crazy. I know that sounds a little ridiculous, but for anybody that has HD TV, that has an HDMI, knows exactly what I'm talking about. So if you have a full screen movie, hey, it's going to be fine as long as you can tolerate the little black bars on the side. And they'll be very little, they'll be barely noticeable. Let's put it that way. So if you can tolerate that, you'll be perfectly fine. But if you feel like, hey, I want to get the whole picture on the screen, like I say, just go to your wide button on your remote, click on it, scroll down to the next option below normal screen, which would be widescreen. There you go. That's all you have to do, and you'll get exactly what was advertised. I mean, well, yeah, you'll get exactly what is advertised with widescreen. But it'll still be widescreen. You'll just be looking at, let's say, 2% of it with black bars. That's looking at 2% black bars on the side, and that's it. So, hopefully that helped out to let anybody that may or may not know what HDMI is and why, if you have HDMI, why you see black bars sometimes if you're watching, let's say, a full-screen movie or show on DVD through 1080p. So, that's all I'm going to say. Comment down below. Tell me what you think. Video response would be greatly appreciated. I'll talk to you later, but hopefully that helped out.